You might not realize it, but taking the wrong vitamins as you age can increase your risk of stroke, kidney failure, or cognitive decline by up to 58%, according to a report published in the Journal of Gerontology. What's even more alarming is that many seniors are taking these vitamins every single day without knowing the harm they may be causing. Scary, isn't it? While some vitamins are essential keys to longer life, slower aging, and sharper memory, others quietly sabotage the aging body. And surprisingly, the biggest culprits are often the very same vitamins you see heavily promoted at pharmacies and in advertisements. And if you stay with us until the end, we'll reveal not just what's safe or dangerous, but a deeper truth about the hidden cost many seniors are paying for choices they were told were healthy. Because sometimes the greatest danger isn't what you take, but what you believe is helping you. In this article, you'll discover 3 vitamins you absolutely should be taking daily if you're over 65, and 3 you need to avoid at all costs, because the price you pay may be your eyesight, your kidneys, or even your mental clarity. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 3 types of vitamins people over 65 should avoid. 1. Vitamin A, high doses. The silent saboteur of your bones. As we grow older, one of the cruelest truths we face is that the body begins to quietly betray us. Our bones, once strong and reliable, become more fragile, more porous. A simple fall that might have caused a bruise in our youth can now result in a hip fracture that changes our life forever. What most seniors don't know is that one of the greatest threats to their bone health may be sitting right there in their medicine cabinet, disguised as something helpful: high-dose vitamin A. Often marketed as a powerful antioxidant or a vision support supplement, vitamin A is included in many multivitamins and over-the-counter products, especially those targeting aging eyes and immune support. But here's the problem. Excessive intake of preformed vitamin A, the synthetic type often labeled as retinol, retinol acetate, or retinol palmitate, has been shown in clinical studies to accelerate bone loss and significantly increase the risk of fractures, particularly in women over 65. The danger lies not in getting vitamin A from food sources like carrots or squash. Those contain beta-carotene, which the body only converts into vitamin A as needed. The real concern is with supplements and fortified foods that deliver preformed vitamin A in doses that can easily exceed the tolerable upper intake level of 3,000 IU per day. Long-term overconsumption doesn't just make bones brittle. It can also lead to liver strain, dry skin, headaches, dizziness, and in severe cases, neurological damage. Yet, many older adults continue taking these supplements under the mistaken belief that more is better. This belief is especially dangerous because it plays into a common fear, the fear of vision loss. We're told vitamin A is vital for eye health, and it is to a point. But taking megadoses in hopes of protecting vision may actually be undermining mobility and independence, the very things we strive to preserve in later life. And once a fracture happens, the road back is rarely smooth. Hospital stays, loss of mobility, increased reliance on others, all of these outcomes can spiral from what seemed like a harmless vitamin. The wisest course? Avoid supplements with high doses of preformed vitamin A unless specifically prescribed by your physician. Instead, prioritize foods rich in beta-carotene and talk with a trusted health provider before adding any new vitamin to your routine. But vitamin A isn't the only wolf in sheep's clothing. There's another popular vitamin found in countless multivitamins and touted for its heart benefits that may, in its synthetic form, quietly increase your risk of cancer and stroke. Let's take a closer look at this next hidden danger. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Vitamin E, synthetic, the false guardian of your heart. There's something almost comforting about taking a vitamin labeled for heart health. For seniors, heart disease isn't just a possibility, it's often a reality. So, when we see a soft gel of vitamin E promising protection, it feels like a simple, hopeful act, 1 capsule a day to keep the danger away. But what if that very act, done in good faith, is quietly putting your heart and your life at greater risk? Synthetic vitamin E, commonly found in over-the-counter multivitamins and marketed as DL-alpha tocopherol, is not the natural compound your body is meant to process. It's a laboratory-made version designed to mimic the natural form, yet it behaves differently inside the body. And the science is sobering. Several large-scale studies, including the SELECT trial conducted by the National Cancer Institute, found that high doses of synthetic vitamin E were linked to a 17% increase in prostate cancer risk. That alone would give anyone pause. But it doesn't stop there. Excess synthetic vitamin E has also been associated with an increased risk of hemorrhagic stroke, a particularly deadly form of stroke caused by bleeding in the brain. It interferes with vitamin K function, an essential player in blood clotting, leaving seniors who are already on blood thinners even more vulnerable. And as if that weren't enough, synthetic vitamin E can displace and block the absorption of other forms of vitamin E, such as gamma tocopherol, which has its own vital antioxidant roles, particularly in the lungs and colon. Why does this matter? Because we're not just talking about numbers in a clinical trial, we're talking about a subtle daily decision that may increase the very risks we're trying to avoid. Most seniors take vitamins to feel more secure, to feel proactive. But when that security is built on synthetic shortcuts and misleading labels, it becomes a dangerous illusion. Natural vitamin E, labeled as D-alpha tocopherol, is far better recognized by the body and should only be taken under the guidance of a doctor, especially if you already eat a diet rich in healthy fats, nuts, and leafy greens. And remember, more is not better. More can be harmful. Yet, if synthetic vitamin E is a false guardian, there's another vitamin, often praised, often overused, that may be doing hidden damage from within. It's found in every cold remedy, every fizzy tablet, every immune booster on the shelf. And in high doses, it might just turn against your kidneys. Let's talk about that next. 3. Vitamin C, high doses. The hidden threat behind the fizzy glow. There's something almost cheerful about vitamin C. It fizzes in your glass, promises immune support, and comes with the unspoken reassurance that it's harmless, essential even. For seniors who fear getting sick, especially during cold and flu season, it feels like a lifeline. After all, who wouldn't want a strong immune system at 70, 80, or 90 years old? But as with many things in life, too much of a good thing can quietly become a danger, and few realize that high-dose vitamin C is one of those silent culprits. When taken in excessive amounts, often over 1,000 milligallons per day, vitamin C doesn't just pass through the body harmlessly, it transforms. In older adults, particularly those with reduced kidney function, a common condition with age, high-dose vitamin C is metabolized into oxalate, a compound that can form crystals and eventually lead to painful kidney stones. The discomfort is bad enough, but the real danger lies in how it strains an aging kidney system, which is already less efficient at filtering waste. Even more concerning is that these risks are often hidden behind a veil of marketing. Effervescent tablets with 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C are sold as daily wellness boosters. Some seniors, fearing illness, take them twice a day or more, believing they're protecting themselves, but in reality, they may be setting themselves up for kidney complications, digestive distress, and nutrient imbalances. Diarrhea, bloating, and stomach cramps are only the beginning. And in the long run, chronic overuse of vitamin C in synthetic, isolated form may even interfere with the absorption of copper, an essential mineral for aging brains and bones. What makes this more difficult is that vitamin C is essential, no doubt. It supports collagen formation, immunity, and even mood regulation. But the truth lies in moderation and source. For seniors, getting 200 to 500 milligrams per day is typically enough and far safer, especially when sourced naturally through foods like citrus, bell peppers, strawberries, and broccoli. These provide vitamin C in a balanced form alongside bioflavonoids and enzymes that support proper absorption and function. So the next time you reach for that fizzy orange tablet, ask yourself, am I helping my body or overwhelming it? And while vitamin C might pose risks in excess, some vitamins do the opposite. They heal, protect, and empower aging bodies in ways that synthetic alternatives simply can't. It's time now to shift our focus from what to avoid to the three life-changing vitamins every senior should be embracing daily. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 3 types of vitamins that people over 65 must supplement every day. 1. Vitamin B12, the vital spark that aging bodies quietly lose. Aging brings many changes, some visible, others invisible. One of the most subtle, yet life-altering changes that takes place after the age of 60 is the quiet decline in our body's ability to absorb vitamin B12, a nutrient so essential that even a mild deficiency can begin to chip away at our independence, one forgotten name or fatigued morning at a time. B12 is often called the energy vitamin, but it's much more than that. It plays a central role in nerve health, red blood cell production, brain function, and even mood stability. For seniors, these aren't luxuries, they're lifelines. And yet, many older adults walk around unknowingly deficient. The culprit isn't necessarily diet, it's biology. As we age, our stomach produces less hydrochloric acid, making it harder to extract B12 from food. This means that even if you eat well, your body may still be starving for this vital nutrient. The signs of B12 deficiency are often dismissed as normal aging. Memory lapses, fatigue, tingling in the hands or feet, or feeling emotionally flat. But what's often overlooked is that these symptoms can worsen quietly over time, eventually leading to irreversible nerve damage, anemia, or even symptoms that mimic dementia. And unlike many deficiencies, B12 doesn't show itself dramatically until the damage is already done. That's why supplementation isn't just helpful for seniors, it's necessary. But the form matters. Oral tablets often don't work well because of the very absorption issues aging bodies face. The most effective forms are sublingual lozenges or sprays, which bypass the digestive system and go directly into the bloodstream. The best type? Methylcobalamin, the natural bioavailable form of B12 that your body recognizes instantly. In many cases, just 500 to 1,000 micrograms a day can restore clarity, reduce fatigue, and sharpen thinking. Some seniors report life-changing improvements after just a few weeks: better focus, steadier mood, even fewer falls due to restored nerve function. It's not magic. It's the body finally receiving what it's been missing for years. But B12 is only one part of the equation. If B12 powers the mind and nerves, then the next vitamin provides the structural strength we rely on to stay upright and active. It supports not just immunity, but our bones, balance, and even our fight against depression. Let's talk now about a vitamin most seniors are critically low in, yet rarely think about until it's too late. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Vitamin D3, the silent defender of strength, stability, and spirit. There's something deeply humbling about aging, not just in the visible ways, but in the quiet losses. The balance we once took for granted, the confidence in each step, the resilience of our immune system, the bright, sunny mood that used to come so naturally. What few realize is that one vitamin, vitamin D3, plays a role in all of these things. And yet, it is one of the most commonly deficient nutrients in adults over 65. Vitamin D3 isn't just a bone vitamin, though that's often how it's marketed. It is, in fact, a master key, unlocking calcium absorption, fortifying the immune system, enhancing muscle function, and even supporting mental health. And here's the catch. As we age, our skin becomes far less efficient at producing D3 from sunlight. What 20 minutes of sun gave you at 30 now requires hours. And even then, it may not be enough, especially in northern climates or for those who spend more time indoors. The consequences of D3 deficiency often unfold slowly and silently. Increased risk of osteoporosis, falls, and fractures, conditions that don't just hurt, but can change the course of a senior's life entirely. A broken hip at 70 is not the same as a sprained ankle at 30. It could mean hospitalization, loss of independence, or worse. But beyond bones, vitamin D3 has a profound effect on immunity, especially crucial in a world where respiratory infections and viruses pose real threats to older adults. And still, there's more. Research increasingly links low D3 levels to depression, cognitive decline, and fatigue. Symptoms often written off as just part of aging, but which may in truth be reversible. Supplementing with D3 is not just an act of prevention, it's an act of restoration, of strength, steadiness, and emotional vitality. Experts recommend 1,000 to 2,000 IU daily, ideally with meals containing healthy fats to support absorption. It's a small habit with potentially enormous benefits, a way to reclaim confidence in your steps, clarity in your thoughts, and energy in your days. But as D3 works to bring balance and strength to the body, there's another vitamin that acts like a traffic director for calcium, guiding it away from your arteries and into your bones where it belongs. Without this next nutrient, even the best bone support can turn against you. Let's now uncover the crucial role of the often overlooked vitamin K2. 3. Vitamin K2. The unsung hero that keeps calcium from turning against you. As we age, we become more aware of our bones, aware of every creak, every fragile step, every cautious moment on the stairs. We're told to take calcium to protect them. Doctors prescribe it, commercials push it, and many seniors faithfully follow the advice. But what most aren't told is that without the right partner, vitamin K2, calcium can quietly become a danger instead of a safeguard. Vitamin K2 is not as well known as its cousin K1, which helps with blood clotting. K2 plays a different, often overlooked role. It directs calcium to the bones and teeth, and away from soft tissues like the arteries, kidneys, and joints. It acts like a wise traffic officer, guiding this powerful mineral to the places where it heals and away from where it can silently harm. Because when calcium ends up in the wrong places, it can contribute to arterial calcification, kidney stones, and even joint stiffness, all of which become more serious with age. The body's need for K2 becomes especially critical when we take calcium or vitamin D supplements, which increase calcium levels in the bloodstream. Without K2 to guide it, that calcium may not go where you intended. In fact, emerging research shows that K2 deficiency may be a hidden factor behind many cardiovascular problems in older adults, especially those already managing high blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes. But there's something quietly remarkable about K2. It doesn't just defend the arteries, it strengthens the skeleton. Studies have shown that regular intake of K2 is linked to improved bone mineral density and reduced risk of fractures, particularly hip fractures, which are among the most dangerous injuries for people over 65. And still, this powerful nutrient remains largely absent from typical Western diets, which lack the fermented foods like natto and aged cheeses, where K2 naturally thrives. For most seniors, the most practical and effective solution is a K2 supplement in the MK7 form, known for its superior absorption and long-lasting effect in the body. Just 90 to 180 micrograms daily can make a meaningful difference in how your body handles calcium, quietly guarding your heart, bones, and kidneys from within. And while vitamins like K2 work quietly in the background, their impact is profound. Choosing the right nutrients as we age isn't just about extending life. It's about protecting the quality of that life, the strength of your steps, the clarity of your thoughts, the freedom to live with confidence. Because in the end, it's not just about the years in your life, but the life in your years. The price you pay. In the end, the vitamins we choose to take or avoid are more than just pills in a bottle. They're small, daily decisions that quietly shape the quality of our lives as we age. They impact how clearly we think, how steadily we walk, how well we sleep, and whether we rise in the morning feeling hopeful or drained. The truth is, most of us don't realize the stakes until the consequences show up, quietly, gradually, and sometimes permanently. I've seen too many older adults with the best intentions unknowingly take supplements that did more harm than good, not because they were careless, but because they trusted labels, ads, and outdated advice. That trust, misplaced as it often is, becomes the silent cost. That's the real price you pay, not just money, but independence, clarity, and confidence. As someone who has lived nearly a century, I've learned that health in old age is not about grand fixes. It's about small, wise decisions made consistently. It's choosing nutrients that work with your body, not against it. It's asking questions, reading beyond the label, and being your own best advocate, even when the world tries to rush you toward a quick solution. The older we get, the more we realize that our bodies don't bounce back the way they used to. Every choice leaves a mark. Some heal, some harm. But perhaps the deeper lesson in all this is something even more universal. We must remain curious about ourselves. Aging isn't the end of discovery. It's the beginning of a more thoughtful journey. And every decision we make about our health is a chance to honor the life we've lived and the years we still have left. That includes asking tough questions like, is this really helping me? Or am I taking this because it's right for my body or just because someone told me to? Your health doesn't belong to a brand or a commercial or even a bottle. It belongs to you. And the older we grow, the more sacred that truth becomes. So here's my parting thought. Don't pay the price for silence. Speak up, learn, adjust, ask why. Take what nourishes your mind, your heart, your bones, and leave behind what weighs you down. The years you have now are just as precious as the ones that came before. Don't let a label make decisions your body has to pay for. And if this message has stirred something in you, whether a memory, a concern, or simply a second thought, then I invite you to take action, even in the smallest way, because sometimes all it takes is one quiet change to reclaim the energy, clarity, and peace we thought was lost to time. That is the true cost, but also the true reward. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.